African negotiators should prioritize securing a deal that will promote food security at the upcoming COP17 conference of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change in Durban. This is the view of Dr. Lindiwe Majele Sibanda, the CEO of the Food, Agriculture and Natural Resources Policy Analysis Network, or FANRPAN. FANRPAN plans to continue with the No Agriculture, No Deal campaign during the conference. The campaign was launched during the COP17 conference in Denmark 2 years ago. For more on this, we're talking to Dr. Majele Sibanda herself, joining us in studio. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Who or what is FANRPAN?
FANRPAN is a regional network. We work with governments in Africa, we work with farmers, we work with the private sector, and we work with researchers. And our role is to undertake research, generate evidence that will inform policy processes and ensure that Africa is food secure.
Now, people are very interested in this no agriculture, no campaign, no deal. What is involved in this particular campaign?
I think what's important is to recognize that you cannot talk about climate change and not concentrate on a sector that is heavily dependent on climate, which is agriculture. We have realized and we noticed right from COP14, where we went to Poznan in Poland, in Copenhagen when we went for COP15, and in Cancun for COP16, that the agriculture sector is always dealt with as one of the other sectors, together with aviation, together with the maritime sector. And we are saying this is a special sector. We are talking food. Everybody needs food. We have seen from the high food prices that everybody is affected when prices go up for food. So why can't we deal with agriculture as a special sector? And that's why we're saying if we do not have a work program for agriculture, there is no deal in Durban.
And who are the role players that are participating in this campaign?
We would like to see the farmers in the forefront of this campaign, because they are the ones who are hardest hit by the high input costs and by the low prices they get, the money they put into their pockets. Secondly, it has to be our governments, because when we don't produce enough food, government has to import food at exorbitant prices to feed people. The third sector is the private sector. Agriculture is not just about production. It's got the input industry, it's got the production, it's got the processing industry, it's got the distribution industry and the storage industry. So everybody needs a deal that safeguards the agricultural sector so that we can get more financing, and the financing will be used to make sure that our agriculture is climate smart, that we adapt to climate change.
As FANRPAN, why do you think it's particularly important to raise these issues right now during the COP17 climate conference?
What is important is that as Africa, we have 54 votes, because the negotiators are a special group, mainly drawn from the environmental sector. So we need to educate them. And we have to equip them with evidence that they will take into the negotiating room to make sure the whole world appreciates that African economies are bankrolled by agriculture, that we need a deal for agriculture. So we have to make sure our negotiators are held to account before they go to Durban. Whilst in Durban, we need our journalists to report and to ask them what their position has been during the day. And after Durban, they need to be accountable for the deal or the deal that we will get in Durban.
What aspects of rural development are you incorporating in your campaign?
We are looking at technologies. We are going to have a special dedicated day on the 3rd of December where not just Africa, worldwide, everybody who has something to do with the business of agriculture will participate in a special event that is going to be convened at the Durban University of Technology on the 3rd of December, where we are going to be showcasing the technologies that are climate smart. We talk about conservation agriculture, we talk about minimum tillage, we talk about the type of seeds and diseases that are going to affect our agriculture if we don't hold the climate to account. So really we have the technologies, what we need is the financing, but more important, a global deal. The framework has to be at global level where we have the policies that make sure that we all adhere to climate smart agriculture.
COP14, COP15, COP16, COP17 now, the deal still has not been reached. Why do you think this time around it will work?
What is different is that now our ask is specific. All along, we said we wanted more text about agriculture. We wanted to see the word food security. We wanted to see adaptation. All that is now there. We thought that in Cancun we would get the deal. But when we were ditched out of Cancun, we realized that we were grouped with other sectors. So our ask now for COP17 is specific. We want a dedicated work program for agriculture.
Dr. Majele Sibanda, thank you very much for making the time to come and talk to us, and we wish you well in the campaign, and hopefully we'll get to chat to you again when the results have finally come out.
Thank you very much.